focus on rescuing perishable surplus food from across the supply chain. And that means from farmers and manufacturers, processors, and distribution hubs. So we are business as usual for the most part. As soon as Public Health Agency of Canada started talking about COVID-19, we put in strict protocols on distancing, make sure that our drivers are protected and safe. We stopped having volunteers. We used to have volunteers on our trucks. We're also working with the City of Toronto and North York Harvest and Daily Bread Food Bank, trying to figure out how do we get food directly to the person. So there is a lot of isolated people in the city who are told, do not go out because you have a compromised immune system. So we have to make sure that those people have access to food too. We have wonderful warehouse staff that come in at 5:30 in the morning, and they preload all the trucks. And they have a meeting. There are meetings now. Everybody is 2 meters apart. And then we have exercise. Then they get in their trucks and they deliver the food across Toronto. Drivers are not hand bombing anything to anybody. They have to be 6 feet away. So they put things at the end of the truck, and then they walk away, and then the organization comes and picks it up. There was a number of organizations that were driven by volunteers, and volunteers are fantastic. However, many of them are elderly, and they should not be out in these kind of organizations exposing themselves. So a number of organizations actually shut down. That we had to scramble with quite a bit, and still are, because what's happening is a lot of new ones are popping up. So we are rerouting these trucks every day to make sure that that food gets to where it is needed and where it is wanted. The MLSE and Second Harvest have been partners for over 20 years. But unfortunately, because of the cancellation of the NHL and the NBA, there was a huge amount of food. So over the course of 3 days, we sent trucks to go and grab all that surplus food. Like, it was just a huge amount of food that we were incredibly grateful for, and it was beautiful. We can be supported by telling everybody about foodrescue.ca. So if there's a charity, they can sign up. If you work for a food business, sign up, because there is surplus food. Unfortunately, because of our style of fundraising, we have this great event called Toronto Taste that has been postponed. Our peer-to-peer fundraising, unfortunately. So we've lost about $2 million in revenue. We're projecting probably more, but we're going to keep this essential service happening. So any kind of financial support you can provide for Second Harvest would be amazing. So for us, it's really about food and some money if possible.